Hi, my name is Mark Napartovich. I'm a senior pro pickleball player. I play already for like 6 or 7 years. The game definitely becomes faster and faster, and people become more and more aggressive. And what I noticed, I don't know if you noticed the same, but the importance of fast hands, especially at the net, becomes more and more significant. Everyone talks about fast hands, but it's sometimes not clear what it means. The fast hands, it means that you can defend yourself, you can counter really fast, and you can put the paddle on the ball on a very short distance. The distance between the two players, the one who attacks on the other side of the net at the kitchen line, and you, if you stay at the kitchen line, is just 14 feet. That's not that big of a distance for your reaction. It's really important to be fast, and many people struggle with it. And today we are going to talk about how to improve your fast hand. What actually are the components of the fast hands? It's easy to say fast hands, but it's not obvious what does it mean. First, it means that you are able to put the paddle on the ball, so you have a good reaction and good hands-eye coordination. You can put the paddle on the ball, and then you can put the paddle on the ball at the right angle and with the right speed, so it goes back, and preferably not up, but at least direct in front of you or better down. The other quite obvious thing should be a good reading of the opponents and good prediction where the ball goes, because if you don't know where the ball goes, then you cannot put the paddle in the right place, because as I said before, the distance is really small. The typical example of this, if you put a boxer who never played pickleball, although he has like tremendous fast reaction reflexes, he won't be able to do anything because he doesn't have the right moves to put the paddle on the ball and to hit it back. And which is even more important, he has poor prediction as it concerns to pickleball. He has a good prediction in boxing. That's probably one of the most important things in pickleball. And the other component is your ready position. Classical ready position, which is like this, actually is not that good. And many people on internet comment about this. Oh, these people, they're not good. They hold the paddle too low, not ready position. They don't know how to play. But if you watch the fastest hands in the world, the people like J.W. Johnson, Matt Wright, Pickleball, and others, you will see that they hold their paddle pretty low. How come, right? The reason for keeping your paddle low, if you have fast reflexes, there are several reasons. One is if you prefer to roll your ball rather than slice it or hit it flat, you want to keep your paddle down. When you hit the ball, you have this kind of motion and not this or this, and that helps with topspin, obviously. The other point is that if you keep your paddle low and somebody speeds up and the ball goes here, and somebody speeds up the ball at you and the ball goes here, probably it goes out. So if you hold the paddle here, whatever goes fast above your paddle level, it goes out. You have to leave it and win the point. This is probably one of the most important problems in pickleball. It's letting the ball out. There are many pretty good players who cannot advance further because they hit almost everything, even having fast reaction. And sometimes it's even worse because they have fast reaction. They hit everything that's flying around. To be disciplined and keep your paddle lower definitely would help with that too. It's like you promise yourself you don't lift the paddle higher than this, and everything that goes higher than this goes out. The other very important aspect of fast hands is a short swing. You cannot be fast if you swing like this. Besides, if you swing like this, you semaphore to your opponent where you're gonna hit the ball, which is not desirable when you're in a fast exchange. As it concerns the paddle position, it's really important that you hold the paddle in front of you, not here, not here, not close to your body, because when you keep the paddle close to your body, your swing part becomes too short. When you have your paddle too close to yourself, you wouldn't be able to swing at all. That's really short swing and you will not produce any power. Which brings us to another point. To have what is called fast hands, it's really important to produce really good power with a short swing. That's probably the point that's very frequently overlooked. Almost nobody talks about it, but it's really, really important. The good thing about it is, unlike reaction time, it's really easy to practice and to get better with. And the last thing is your mindset. The mindset is very important when it comes to the kitchen line. Most people, when they think that other person is about to dink, they expect dink, they watch them to dink themselves, but the dink is a slow shot and you're actually always ready for dink if you're fast enough, but you're not ready for speed up. So it makes sense to be always ready for speed up on every single single shot, you expect that they're gonna speed up. That actually would make you to read your opponent better and really to be ready to counter and really develop your fast hands. That's what your mindset when you're at the kitchen should be if you want fast hands. And now to the practical part. As for reaction time, it's really hard to practice your reaction time, but there are some ways to do it. One of the ways is to just hit against the wall, staying pretty close. That really helps you with your motion and with some expectation with reaction time. One of my favorite is to play ping-pong. Ping-pong has about the same distance between the players and the ball goes at about the same speed, and if you cannot hold it on the table, you know it immediately. So just practicing some ping-pong should help. I actually have my fast hands mostly from table tennis. I played table tennis all my life. Initially it was pretty easy for me. Pickleball seemed at that time pretty slow compared to table tennis, but as technology evolves, now it's pretty close to the same speed we have in table tennis. As for ready position, it's quite obvious. There are tons of explanation how to choose your ready position, which is right for you. You will learn that ready position is not a static thing. It depends on your opponent. It depends on where your opponent, which height your opponent hit the ball from, where he hits, the speed of the ball. It's pretty complicated, but it's doable, and you can learn how to choose your personal ready position. So for me, it's more like this, and many people consider it pretty low, but I roll all my shots and like to leave the ball which goes too high. And also because I have faster hands than most people, I like to provoke people to attack me, and when they see the posture like this, they tend to try to attack me, and I like that because I can fast counter it. As for power, there is another aspect almost nobody talks about in pickleball. It's the importance of having strong wrist. Everything else, whatever you have, like strong shoulders, strong body, strong legs, wouldn't help you in a fast exchange. Although the strong wrist would help a lot. The standard wrist strengthening devices, they actually are of little help because they mostly improve your squeezing force, but you need your fast twitch muscles and you need your muscles here work very well. As for reading the opponent and reading the ball, it's funny, but many people don't think about it. So actively thinking about asking yourself all the time what your opponent is about to do helps a lot. It makes your brains actively track it and actively think about it, and you eventually develop a habit of doing it. It definitely would help not only with fast hands but other components of the game too. But for fast hands exchanges, this is critical. You cannot actually defend yourself or counter if you cannot read the opponent's game. And the other thing that is really important for fast hands is to stay balanced. If you look at the same J.W. Johnson, you will see that he practically glued to the court during a fast exchange. He doesn't step anywhere. There are many people who have pretty good reaction, very good reflexes, but during the fast exchange they jump and run and do all that kind of stuff, and they lose the exchange because it's really hard to do several things at the same time, to control your movement and to control the ball at the same time. And also, obviously, if you move yourself and the ball moves, task to hit the ball right really doesn't help. And here you can see several examples of this, which obviously doesn't help the player to finish the fire exchange in his favor. What you should do, you should bend your knees and make sure that you almost do not move and that you're very balanced, which means you do not lose your balance. You do not hit anything that makes you lose the balance. That's critical, because in modern pickleball, you should expect that every ball goes back. So even if you feel that your nice move with losing the balance would win you the point, you should avoid that, because most likely it would not, and you will have to make another shot. And if you're out of position, then you're done. Obviously, that needs special practice to stay balanced. For many people, it's really hard. So you just need a partner who should shoot the balls at you, or you can use a robot, which is also nice, because some robots, they hide where they shoot the ball, and you have to really to guess where it goes. React really fast. The thing you should care the most of, it's your balance position. And of course, you should remember that you always want to hit the ball down your opponent's feet. Obviously, that also comes with the practice. The only one thing I want to talk about regarding this is it's definitely easier to hit the ball down to your opponent's feet when you're closer to the net. The closer you to the net, the better it is. The other problem, obviously, the closer to the net, the less distance you have between you and the opponent, and it's harder to react. So if you have enough reaction time, you should take everything you can to be as close to the net as possible. that gives you a huge advantage over opponent. If you cannot afford that luxury, you should back up, but you still cannot back up too much, because if you back up more than 4 feet away from the kitchen line, you are in complete disadvantage and have to become defensive and reset and drop the ball into the kitchen from this space. And of course, if you ever taught by a coach, he would tell you that you should track the ball. Tracking the ball definitely would help. Actively tracking the ball, that means where the ball goes, you track it with the paddle and your shoulders. You try to become square to the ball. And that also helps, but it's the same for every element of the game and not specific to fast exchanges. Only if you don't do that at all, your fast exchange game would become really hard. Probably now you see why fast hands is one of the hardest components in pickleball to master, because it has so many details and so many problems and components to it. It's really hard, but it's absolutely doable. Maybe reaction time is really one that couldn't be improved much, but still it could be. But as you see, the actually fast hands reaction time is only one of the components and probably not the main one. For example, your anticipation is way more important than actually fast reaction. That means that's a good thing. That means you can master all other components and still compete at a high level with your fast hands and improve and get better all the time. And if you, like me, over 50, you probably would be interested how the game for older folks is different from the young, so we still can compete. You would like to watch this video.